welcome to part 2. This is going to be all about the editing software and how I edit these overhead cooking tutorials. So we're first going to begin with downloading the software. We're going to be using Davinci Resolve 17. It is free and it's really good. The only thing is that you do need a pretty strong computer to run this. So I use a Chromebook in the office whenever I go into the office, but at home I do have a pretty strong computer, so it's really important that you have, a little above average computer to be working with, otherwise it will be very slow. So we are going to go ahead and click the first link here and scroll down a bit and we're just gonna download, and then once we download we're gonna open up the software. So I have already made several projects already, but we are going to make a new one. So we'll go ahead and click that. And in order for this to work, we do have to import our footage. Go to import media, and we're going to select whichever clips that we are going to use to make the video. Go ahead and select the footage we'll be editing. We'll go ahead and click open, and it'll ask you to change the frame rate. I always change it. And then we can go ahead and drag our videos onto the timeline here. So you can see all the footage that we've uploaded, they are all vertical. So in order to change the orientation, we are going to go under color right over here. Select color, go over to rotate over here. We have selected color and we're going to rotate, and we're going to rotate this 90 degrees. So it's going to look like this, and we're going to do that for all of the clips that we're going to insert into our timeline. Now we are going to erase the sound, so we are going to unlink the footage. So this is going to untether the video footage from the sound. And we'll go ahead and click the sound, and we're just going to click delete selected, and from there it's just going to remove everything from that one clip, and then we are going to move on to all the clips and go ahead and erase those as well. Okay, and you're going to notice that the actual video itself has these large black borders, and that's easily fixable. We can go ahead and click this here. This is still under the edit tab, and we're just going to enlarge it so it fills in the border here. One tip I like to do is just going under the edit tab here and using this and just briefly going over everything and making sure everything's been edited, so the sizing or even placement. So I noticed that here the border is not aligned with the rest of it later on, so I'm going to go into that clip here and fix that real quick. There we go, and I'll do that several times just to see if I catch anything that's off-centered. So before we move on to doing anything else, I do want to make sure that we are saving periodically, just because if the program crashes for whatever reason, all of our work is still there. We are just going to go to File, and we are going to save our project, and we'll just call this bean soup. Okay, we'll go ahead and save that, and as we are working through editing, we are going to save. I like to save pretty much every time I do something major, or even just like whenever I just remember to. We can also adjust the appearance of the footage here. We'll be under the color tab, and here we can adjust the contrast. Here, as you can see, you can go ahead and move it just a bit with just your mouse, and the saturation, and you want to make sure it all matches all the footage. Everything's uniform. Sometimes the lighting can actually change. My cat. Sometimes you can actually change the lighting if the lighting has changed from your camera, and you can match it by just using these they're called primaries here. So that's a really great tool to use if you accidentally adjusted the lighting on your camera. So you can definitely fix that here. So after I've played around with the primaries here, I've come to the conclusion that I like this look, and this edit is only for one clip, so I will have to go back and make all these adjustments to all the clips. I'm going to reference all of these numbers that I've already settled with here. I'm going to write these all down, and I'm going to go back to each clip and put these numbers in. But sometimes the clip color itself from the camera footage, it could be different. So it's really important to make minor adjustments to each of the clips because they can be different. So I want to show you guys the difference between color edited footage and one that has not been edited yet. So this is the footage that has been edited. Look how vibrant the green is, the red, everything is very just popped. And then we'll move on to a part where I have not edited yet. And look, it's very gray, kind of dull looking. So here's edited, non-edited. So it's, for the most part, you are going to have to edit the colors just because just the recording device isn't as great as it can be. So luckily with software, we can definitely make those changes. Now I'm going to move on to the actual editing of the footage, so cutting and editing, the speed, things like that. So we're going to first, I'm going to do a quick run through of everything to make sure everything's in color, like the right color, and everything's aligned as best as we can do it. And right now it looks all good to me. So now I'm going to go through the parts where I just want it to be more seamless. So I'll go through frame by frame just like this. And you can see some of the shadows changing because someone's either walking by or something like that. So I'm going to move on to the part where we first put in the oil. That's where we're going to begin the video. But I'm going to leave a few seconds before so that I can put the title into the frame as well. So I have found the part where the chef has just about to put the oil into the pan here. So I'm going to take a few seconds right before and just cut it. So we're just going to go ahead and split this and remove it. I'm just going to cut it just like that. Actually that's still even a little bit long, so I'm going to cut some more and delete that first part of the footage, and I'm going to continue to do that for basically the whole video. In order to edit the speed of the clip, for example right here, I want to speed up the stirring, so I'm going to go right over here under speed percent, and I'm just going to increase it little by little to see what the speed is most desirable. So now we're going to add text to our footage. We are under the effects library here, and we're under titles. We are just going to drag this into video 2. If there's no video 2, just go ahead and drag it in on top of the video that you want the text to be on top of. And then from here we can also adjust the length and how long we want the subtitle basically to be presented onto the screen. We can go ahead and edit our text on this right hand side, and we can also adjust the size. I tried to have a dark background with light text here, and you can also do line spacing. Usually I don't really mess with that. And then we can also adjust the color as well. So there's a ton of things you can do as far as text goes. I like to keep it just pretty simple, straightforward. I think that's the best way to do, but you can go ahead and play with different fonts as well. Another thing, you can make it so that the text fades in and out. I like to do a little fading. I think that's just fun. So you can see here, it will fade in and then fade out. Additionally, you can also go ahead and move the text wherever you want. Alrighty, we're on to the last leg of the whole post-production process. We are going to add some music and we're going to upload the video next, and that will be it. So a really great source to get some royalty-free music is bensound.com, and I start clicking all of these. I click all of these and kind of visualize what it's the vibe with the video. And honestly, it's really subjective. It's really up to you, whatever music you'd like to use. And this is a really great resource to use for free music. So now I've selected the music I wanted for the background and I've downloaded it, and now I'm going to add it to the video. So we are going to go to, let's get out of here. We're gonna go to edit here, and we're going to add media or import media. And we're just gonna go to downloads and add this to audio. We wanna make sure it's all the way at the front. And that is it. We've gone through the entire video at least 3 times, checking for spelling, capitalization, making sure all the lightings match with all the clips, and just minor details are adjusted. And then now we're gonna go over to deliver right over here and pick a file name and then a location where you would like to keep your videos in. And then we'll go ahead and add to render queue, and then once it's in the render queue over here, we'll render it all, and that's it. And we can go ahead and upload it to YouTube or Vimeo or wherever, whatever video service you'd like to use, and we are done. I hope this helps, and if you have any questions about anything, go ahead and Google it. That's what I did. That's how I figured how to use this software. Anyways, so thank you so much for watching. I hope this helps.